Welcome you to Complete Lifestyles, where we focus on being complete as a person, enhancing your game, moving forward in life, being positive, having no holes in your game, being able to do anything and everything, guys. I'd like to thank you for visiting my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Share with your friends. I put a couple links down below where you can follow me on all social media, guys. So let's get right into it. Now, today's video is about fear. I had someone come up and ask me a question about a situation that they were dealing with where they were taking a class and the professor asked them a question and they knew the answer, but they just didn't want to say it. And they asked me, what was that? I know it, or at least I think I know it. And then when I finally said it, he said, yeah, that was the answer. And so what that was, guys, was fear. And that's exactly what I'm going to discuss in today's video. I want to kind of break down what it is and then elaborate on how to move past it and eliminate it out your life. So, what is fear? Fear is basically being afraid of something either real or imaginary, something that we imagine. So when you hear a unfamiliar sound around your house at night, or you're scared to take that leap of faith and go get another job because you're comfortable, it's perception. You don't want to fail. A lot of times in life, we're taught to just be comfortable. Don't get out your box. You're in a box, you're safe in your box. Don't try to go for a new job or a sales job where everything is dependent on your productivity. You're out there by yourself, and if you don't sell something, then you won't get paid. And those are some of the highest paying jobs out because of the independency, where it's on you. You have to do that. But fear is just a feeling, an emotion. It's triggered by either something that we can see or can't see, and you have to eliminate that out your life, guys, in order to be complete. So with that being said, we're born with fear in us. When we're young, our parents teach us, don't go near the stove because it's hot, you'll burn your hand. Instead of actually helping us to understand how the stove works, why we should not go near the stove, they put the fear in us. It even transitions into school when we're older. Like I told you, somebody that asked me about making the video, they know the answer to the question. How many times are we in school and a teacher asks a question to the class? They don't ask any specific person, but they ask the question to the class and everybody just sits there and looks around. I'm pretty sure that at least 4 or 5 people out of the class know the answer. Now you have some people that just don't want to answer the question. That's different. But you have a few people that know the answer, or at least think they know the answer, but are scared to answer the question. And why is that? Because of fear. They don't want to get the question wrong and then have the class look at them like they're stupid or they don't know, instead of conquering that fear and just saying, hey, I'm going to answer the question. At the very least, I'm just going to be wrong, and I'll find the answer to the question because the teacher knows the answer. He's going to tell me anyway. I'll give you another example. Why do some guys get the quote-unquote hot girl, or the best looking girl, or the dime, or whatever you want to call her, and some guys settle for something that's not their type? Let's say that. Fear. It's the thought of, if I go over here and I ask this girl out and she rejects me, somebody might see it, my ego or my self-confidence will take a hit, or a variety of different things that it can be, and it's all fear. So how do you get out of fear? You have to take steps to get out of fear, just like you have to take steps with anything else. Something that you are afraid of, the first thing you have to do is name it. Call it what it is. I am afraid of this. The second thing you have to do is take steps to eliminate that fear. So if you're afraid of walking outside, the first step is opening the door. The second step is putting that foot outside the door. You have to make steps towards that fear. If your fear is not answering a question because you're scared of answering the question and being wrong, then you have to, for one, study more so that you know the answer for sure. Take tests, quiz yourself, put yourself in the scenario that you're going to be in when it comes time to answer that question again, and know that at the end of the day, it's just a question. Take out what it could be, or the fear of how big the moment is, or how big whatever you're dealing with is. Look at it as it's just a test. I'm either going to get it right or I'm going to get it wrong. But in getting it wrong, part of being complete, like I tell you guys, is knowing that you're going to get the right answer after the process, which will help you. Now, if you don't learn anything from getting that answer, then you have a problem. But it's no shame in asking a question or getting a question wrong. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. You learn from your mistakes. So you have to know and break it down to what it is. Exactly what I told that person. You're scared because you don't want to know that you got it wrong. What you should be scared of is not knowing the answer at all, and then having the answer and just not saying it. So you want to eliminate all of that. You want to answer the question. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong. Same thing I was telling you with the other situation with women. If you go up to a woman or you go up to a man and you ask them for their number, the worst thing they can say is no. That's the worst thing they can say. So maybe you learn from that something that you did wrong. Maybe your breath was hot. Maybe she didn't like your shirt. Maybe your approach, the way you approached her, was wrong. But I guarantee you that if you do this enough and you go up to enough women, you'll find what works for you and what doesn't, so you won't be afraid of it. Because at the end of the day, your mindset should be, if this one turns me down, then she wasn't the one for me. The next one should be. The next one will be. And so that's the steps towards fear. You have to name your fear. You have to visualize your success against your fear. You have to make steps towards your fear. So if your fear is answering questions, start by answering the question. Study as hard as you can. Know that without a shadow of a doubt, you put all the effort into being prepared for this test so you can live with the results. A lot of times people can't live with the results, and that is part of what triggers the fear. So you have to take steps towards that. You have to educate yourself on what the fear is. Think long term about the fear. Think about what it really is. Think about, is it worth putting the emphasis on it to be scared of it? I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 it's not that serious when you take a look at how it correlates to actual real life. What you're actually fearing is not that serious, guys. A lot of times people stay at a job for 20, 30 years making the base minimum when you could have stepped out and gotten another job and been making way more money to help feed your family. So you're actually hurting your family by the fear that you have in your life, guys. So what I want you to do is, I want you to understand what it is that you're afraid of, embrace it, learn about it, take the steps so that you are not fearful of it, and then execute, guys. Like I said, whatever it is, if it's answering a question that you really know the answer to, that you're just scared to answer, or it's talking to a woman or a man, or looking for a job, you guys always want to put fear in its place, and that place should have no business in your life, guys. So today was just a quick video. I just wanted to basically give you a push. So whatever it is that you're fearful of today, make sure that you're taking the steps so that you're not fearful of that tomorrow, guys. Because life, honestly, is too short to be fearful of anything, guys. You only live once. And if you have regrets, that's what you should fear the most. Getting to a certain age and looking back on your life and saying, I should have did this. I should have did this. I could have did this. I could have did that. Because that's exactly what fear turns into. Fear turns into I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And if you don't resolve that fear today, then it'll haunt you for the rest of your life, guys. So like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you click on my Patreon page. Follow me on all social media, guys. And have a wonderful day.